So can you make a restaurant quality steak using only an air fryer? Well, probably not, but we're gonna try anyway. Now let's go! My plan is basically to reverse sear this steak all within the air fryer. So I'm first gonna air fry as low as my air fryer can go, which is 265. Hit start, let that preheat. Let's talk steak because it's probably the most important part of this whole video. See how thick this steak is? This is about 2.5 inches thick. Now, touch of oil on the steak. This is just a little avocado oil. You can use any oil to help the seasoning adhere and stick. Now here we've got some of the famous rosemary salt. I'll put a recipe in the corner right now. It's something we love on this channel, homemade seasoning with rosemary, sage, garlic, and lemon zest. Pretty much goes good with everything. So, from a bit of a distance, you never want to season something right above, right? You'll get too much seasoning in one spot. Go high, let it rain. More fun too. And then also, you always sprinkle a little seasoning around the steak for the flip, which we'll get to in a second. Sergeant! That's just black pepper. Sentient black pepper. Same thing, get that around the steak as well as on it. And I just tap it in a little bit, you know. I don't mind going and washing my hands every 3 minutes because that's what I do anyway. That helps it stick even a little more. That seasoning is not going anywhere now. Now all the salt and pepper around the steak. Boom, dip it up like that. Roll, reverse roll, right? Just dip the whole edge of the steak. You got that done. Flip, wash hands. Same thing other side, you guys know the deal. Now I'm actually gonna insert a wireless probe. Not that you really need this, you could do it without. Just by opening up your air fryer and temping it, but this will make things easy. So I'm gonna go dead center, and with any kind of thermometer you wanna go in and then pull back slightly, give it a little room in there. Not any kind of sponsored video, this is just a handy tool called meter. So I'm gonna set up a cook. I always do a custom cook, and I'm gonna set my custom temp to 110 and then start the cook. So lucky for me, my air fryer has this little grill grate that comes with it. Not that you need that, but handy dandy. Now we're gonna let that roll until we hit our 110 internal target. Okay, been about 10 minutes. And because the heating element from this air fryer comes from the top here, I'm gonna give this a flip about halfway through. It's about 80 degrees right now inside. Lid back on, continue cooking. Okay, we just hit 110 internal on our steak. Now we'll pull that out. No color yet. I'm gonna fire this back up, and this time we need a hot sear. And so we'll blast it at 400, and we're gonna let it preheat completely before we put the steak back. Air fryers are crazy, so I pulled this thing at 110 degrees, and I guess because of the intense heat, it's climbed all the way up to 127. If you're actually gonna try this recipe, I would pull it at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, here we go, dropping it back in. Yes, sear, sear. I'm just praying this gets a nice sear before it gets overcooked. You know, I've never done this before. This video is in response to some community requested recipes, and one was, can you make an actual tasty steak in an air fryer? So that's what we're experimenting with. Come on, come on. Okay, it just hit 130, and I just can't leave it in any longer. And I can't tell you how much it pains me that I can't go sear this in a pan right now, but that's the video. So we're gonna give it a good long rest now. As you can see, we have some slight color on it, but nothing too crazy. So we simply learn next time, pull it at 100 degrees Fahrenheit or even less, and then crank up the heat. All right, well, we don't have our ever so beautiful sear. That does not mean it's bad. Tell you what, that bone looks good. So as always with a ribeye, I'll just glide that cap off. That's the best bit, and the bone. All right, let's get into it. God, you know, we're definitely on to something here because that could not be cooked more perfectly. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, it's a perfect, 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 absolutely perfect medium rare. Let's check out the cap. Oh, it looks so good, my friends. It's just we're missing the sear, but in terms of even cooking, this is on point. God, and this cap, look, look, look. This is pulling apart like it's just soft chicken. There's our cap, there's our eye. So yes, we're missing the sear, but let's go, bam! Wow. You know, I'm always gonna tell you how it is on this channel. I'm missing the sear on it, right? There's a lot of flavor we're missing out on because of it. On the other hand, that's gotta be one of the most perfectly cooked steaks I've ever had. All right, my friends, until next time, you know I love you and I'm out!